Now, Nigerian policymakers and experts are calling for increased funding for youth job creation schemes. They describe this as a vital step to tackle the country's high unemployment and rising insecurity. Analysts point to a clear link between joblessness and crime, noting that idle people often become recruits for criminal networks. They are urging the government to move beyond short-term measures and instead fund sustainable programs that provide practical skills and access to credit. The experts recommend channeling more resources into existing agencies to expand their reach. They argue that Nigeria's security challenges will persist unless young people are productively engaged through well-funded and transparent initiatives. Well, for a chat about the need for adequate funding of job creation schemes for youth as a step towards reducing unemployment and fighting insecurity in Nigeria, Arise news analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now. Lovely to have you this afternoon, Mr. Sobowale.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Now, this is such an important point and a very, very poignant issue as well, because we often speak about the rate of unemployment in Nigeria, but now tying that to the security challenges that we have, what's your assessment of that?
Well, they are both linked, the unemployment and the insecurity, because youths need to be employed.
Yes.
If they are not employed by the state, then these insurgents and criminals, kidnappers, and those who want to break the law to get rich quick are there to recruit them. So it is in the interest of government to make sure that the youths are gainfully engaged and employed in a meaningful way. If the youths are educated, they are gainfully employed, the economy will grow eventually. But first and foremost, there must be security. You can see that in the various places in the north where we have this insurgency, you see that the insurgents go, they dislocate communities, and they see that people are unemployed. They provide facilities for them, maybe give them water, give them bowls, give them food and shelter. And eventually, their youths go along with them. They migrate with them. So when youths are unemployed, when they are jobless, they are meat for fodder for insurgency. So it is in the interest of government for us to take care of the youths and then to make sure that it protects the people within its territory, because that is the mandate of government. You get me? We call it the social contract. We all gave. It's like a contract we gave government. You look after us, then we will all be under your control. If that contract fails, we are obliged to look for protection and security elsewhere. But it has not reached that stage. It is still the duty of government and the challenge of government to provide jobs for our youths. It is even in the interest and survival of government too. So let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that. But I would like to piggyback off something that you said. Education.
Yes.
Now, part of the reason we have with unemployment is the fact that not just conventional education in the sense that you're going to a university, but skill, experience, that is another part of the education that we're lacking as well. Looking at the GDP rebasing and the sectors that we're including in this, the creative economy, AI, artificial intelligence, technology, fintech, these are areas that not only require education, but some level of skill acquisition as well. How would you assess our readiness to accept some of the available jobs in these fields?
You see, what you are saying, we have always had programs for vocational training, for engagement of youth in agriculture, for digital education, for people doing public works for government. That's why we have the National Department of Employment. They have always been doing it. But you see, if you separate the South from the North, you will know where the problem comes from.
How so?
Right. In the North, we have the largest number of underage children out of school, not to talk of out of work. And the North is so big, it's so vast, even though we have 19 state governments. You get me? the government is thin on the ground. It's thin on the ground. And you see, some in the rural area in the north value Islamic education more than Western education.
Yes.
So when these Islamic insurgents come, they are easy recruits. The youths are easy recruits because they have not gone to formal secondary school and so on. So they are easy recruits for these people to follow. We must break that cycle. Get me? We can only break it if we succeed in restoring security to the north. We have to restore security for. Then the state governments must take care of their rural communities. Most state governments, concentrate on the rural-urban setting. And the whole of the country thrives on the northern-southern migration. I was talking of Lagos the other time. I didn't like it, but everybody is coming to Lagos because you are looking for a way to survive.
You're right.
You get me? And it's still part of. You see, if you don't take care of the youth, I hate to mention you saw what happened in some countries, Morocco, Madagascar also. The youths just woke up. Even in Kenya, the youths, because of unemployment and because they are being manipulated and mobilized through internet. Get me? Any small thing, they are ready to take on government. They are copying Western European nations in terms of protest. But if they are gainfully employed, and I'm not saying that government has not done anything, the NDE has been there. Some of the youth know how to
you'd agree that there are programs like, the Empower program, the Youth Development Fund for raising capital to employ and teach, skills to young people. But to be honest, how accurate are these projects in terms of the attention to detail and the funding? There's such inconsistency with these projects. So if there's inconsistency there,
in terms of availability, to in terms of access for the unemployed youth, because they say, look, they say you can only apply online. How many people have online facilities?
Although they have social media, they do have online.
But you see, it is not only in that regard. And it's not always the case that our youth are not doing well. In the entertainment world, you get me? In the music world, arts, literature, poetry, go to the theaters. You see what the Nigerian youth are doing. But the preponderant lot, you get me? I keep on still saying it. Because if you must talk of youths, you must include the North. The North, the low education of the youth in the North, that means it's a danger to the security of the entire country.
But is it an education issue? Because, like I said, about practical experience.
Education is like freeing you from some bondage.
I understand, which is an intellectual exercise. But I'm talking of about the act of skill acquisition. For instance, in areas of agriculture, farming, that is, carpentry. These are things that are learned. These are skills that are acquired.
Of social welfare and labor in all these ministries. That's what they do. That is
How well would you assess the work that they do?
The fact that you have so many youths unemployed, there are so many youths unemployed, shows that what they have done is not adequate. But it is not as if the apparatus to relieve this challenge is not there.
So what is that apparatus?
Performance. There's no linkage between theory and practice. And it means the recruitment method is faulty. It has to be changed to make sure that the language of recruitment, of advertisement, gets to the appropriate target in the rural areas. If it has to be in vernacular, if it has to be by sign language, whatever, it has not done that. Otherwise, we will not have the inadequacy we have seen. And I don't think in a vacuum. And I know all the states have functional. When I was doing national service in the North, I worked in the Ministry of Social Welfare. So and that was over 50 years ago. So these institutions have always been there. But I don't want to say, but it seems they are for decorative purposes.
Well,
because if the results still show that there are more unemployed youths than those employed, and we have some youths doing very well in some industries, like even the digital economy, entertainment, sports.
So how can we realign? You know, how can we say, okay, we understand these are areas that, if we're being very honest, have a huge impact on our economy as well. How can we align these job creations, this vocational skill trainings to present industry practices, to present viability of what is available and also what is necessary for our economy at this time?
Communication.
Okay.
Communication. We know what is on the ground. You see, you can have all the paraphernalia of performance, like you write a diagram, since how we get there. On that diagram must function according to how you have done it, so that you can measure it pragmatically on the ground in terms of recruitment, in terms of the product. I mean, the product of the endeavors of those you have recruited. So that is our problem. Theoretically, we have the institutions on the ground to do it, but they are not delivering.
They are not delivering. But guess what, Mr. Dayo Sobowale? They do deliver during election season. Because if you think about it, political rallies, we're looking forward to the Anambra state elections on November 8th. These rallies are often organized and managed by the youth. So
you have solved the problem.
How so?
It means at election time, people are active in promising hope for people to be right. Okay. But once they get into power, they go to sleep until the next election.
What level of
that's
accountability?
That's the Nigerian malady.
No, that shouldn't be though. There must be some accountability.
But that's it. Otherwise, we have the theory, the theoretical side. The campaign says it all. If you listen to the campaigns of all the parties, you will think once they get into power, you will get utopia in terms of economic development. But once they win, they go to relax and sleep. But then the electorate is their funeral. Next time around, they will vote for the same set of people. So a country gets the sort of leadership it deserves.
Do you think Nigeria has the sort? Do you think Nigeria deserves the sort of leadership that it has?
Obviously, I think so. What you have been talking about, that the theoretical things to do are there, but the link between theory and delivery has broken down. That is why you don't have the correct delivery. You don't have the correct answers. So you have a proliferation of failures at every level.
I couldn't agree more with you, which then still boils down to our leadership. But if we were supposed to take this away...
There's always a leadership.
100%. If we're going to take this away from that leadership angle and look at it from the individual level, what do you think the people, as individuals, as citizens, must do to ensure that they do not continue to become victims of the situation that we're
asking for a revolution?
I'm asking you.
I'm telling you, asking for a revolution.
No, I'm not asking.
You say, what will they do?
What can they do?
If
you can advise.
What you have identified now is suppression. And I've told you before about a social contract. But then, in all seriousness, all the states have the apparatus to make sure that the youths are employed, but the apparatuses are not achieving such goals. So it's a matter of mobilization. It's a matter of reorientation. It's a matter of the ministries responsible having a sense of urgency and a sense of responsibility to deliver on the mandate they have as social institutions. That's it.
I can thank you so much, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. Always an interesting time with you. Do enjoy the rest of your day.